And it's crazy that DJ said that to me because what I really wanted you to leave this moment with is a challenge to know that the time is now. Like the time for you to stop talking about it and be about it, like right now. Right now. I feel like a lot of us are comfortable. I don't know if you're comfortable at your job, comfortable at school, comfortable with your boo, comfortable with how much money you got in the bank account. To me, it's comfortable. And I believe that every time we get too comfortable, God challenges us. Whether he sends us a storm, whether he sends us a 14-day fast, whether he sends a coworker to get on our nerves, or whatever the case may be, God will always challenge those. I hear you. That's real. It is. He'll always challenge those that are too comfortable. Here's what I want you guys to understand today. The time is now to, again, stop talking about it and be about it. It's go time. We did not just go through 14 days of reset where we're not here, but we're praying, we're watching, and we're getting guidance. We're going back to God in the first. We did not just do that to get through it. We did that to prepare ourselves. Because the de-Ashton you are now is not the de-Ashton you're going to be in a year. The Asher you are now, you're going to be in high school one day, Asher. Because we are evolving. Listen, if you were meant to be where you are right now for the rest of your life, you wouldn't be breathing. You wouldn't get another day. God gives us fresh breath for us to have a fresh life. A fresh life means I'm growing every day. I'm making progress every day. I'm becoming better every day. I'm praying different prayers every day. Now, you may have went into the 14 days of reset saying, Lord, change my mind. You're out of the 14 days of reset. Now your prayer maybe should be, Lord, strengthen my mind. Because my mind is faulty. Lord, I can be good for 14 and bad for 14. Help me stay consistent. So, Nehemiah 2. So of course, Nehemiah 1 that we it's a video on YouTube. Reset day 1. We talked about it. Nehemiah had a big prayer to God because he was hurt. Now, Nehemiah, he's from Huntsville. Let's put it in biblical terms. He's from Huntsville. He comes back and he looks. We're on Governor's Drive right now. Oh, if you go outside, you're going to see a couple homeless people. And Nehemiah, he's here. He's like, man, I remember when this building was beautiful, packed out, wonderful. Everything, nice walls. Look at this now. That's what Nehemiah is saying. He said, I remember when this was carpet. Now look at the floors. He said, I remember when the streets were full of people who wanted to come to 17A to worship. Now it's just homeless people. He's hurt. He's broken. Because he remembered what he saw as a child, what he lived in, and ain't the same no more. Now, sometimes that's what happens with life. As life goes on, things change. Things transition. And sometimes we grieve that. I still grieve high school a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I wish I could go back a little bit and just do a little bit of things different. Nehemiah said, I'm grieving what Jerusalem used to be. But, like I said, we're not praying. We're not coming here. We're not receiving this knowledge just to cry, just to keep on doing the same things. No, Nehemiah, he cried, he prayed, he saw where his state was because he wanted to change it. Now, that's why we're here today. It's go time, y'all. It's time to change it. It's time to reverse it. It's time to do something different. All right? So we're in Nehemiah 2. Let me know, please. Can somebody let me know when it's 2 o'clock? One what? We can't be here too long, y'all. I'm feeling the fresh wind of God. That's why I said it. Okay, Malia, you got. I'm feeling a long-winded spirit. We're not gonna do that today, preacher. So he prayed in chapter 1. Now he left his prayer with no results. To be honest with you, I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep going to God and I'm not getting no results. That's us saying that in a human perspective. But man, when you've been down for so long and you cannot accept what you're in and you God, something has to change. I'm desperate. Let's get real for a moment. When you're in the gutter, I'm desperate, God. I need you. You don't care how long it takes. If it don't happen tomorrow, next day. Not this month, not August, September. Because I'm desperate. I'm tired of going down the same road. So Nehemiah, he prays, he gets nowhere. But his change started with his actions. Chapter 2, if you got your phone, we're going to go through it. We're not going to get to verse 11, so we don't got it. Nehemiah 2, I'm going to read it for you. It says, during the month of Nisan, the 20th year of the king, when wine was set before him, I took the wine and gave it to the king. I had never been sad in his presence. So the king said, why are you sad when you aren't sick? This is nothing but sadness of heart. I was overwhelmed with fear, and the king replied to me. No, I was overwhelmed with fear and replied to the king, may the king live forever. Why should I not be sad when the city where my ancestors are buried lies in ruins? All right, let's stop right here. We're going to keep going. Let's stop right here. All right. So I told you, Nehemiah, he's grieving, he's sad, he's hurting, he's praying, he's begging God, change Jerusalem. I don't know what you're praying for. You're begging God, change my money. Change my job, my boss, my coworker. Change it. Change my mind. Change what I see. When I get home, what I got to go through, change it. Change my family. Mama, daddy, uncle, aunt, brother, sister, whoever it may be. Change it. Now, let me be real with you for a second. Nehemiah is kind of naked here in verses 1, 2, and 3 because his emotional state is visible. The king can tell he's not happy, he's not faking it, he's sad. Now, all of us are human, which means that all of us will run out of the ability to fake it. You can't fake it forever. You can't. If you're broken on the inside, it's going to come out on the outside. If you're lonely on the inside, it at some point will be shown. So here's what I want you to do. Stop trying to bottle up your emotions and your feelings. Get it out. Journal. Talk to somebody. Get a counselor. Whatever you need to do to get it out, get it out. You know why? Because if you don't get it out, the devil will use your mind to tell you what the king told Nehemiah. Ain't nothing going on with you. Why are you sad? Nehemiah is in front of the king. The king. The king. It's like you being in front of Trump and Trump saying, man, you know how much money I got? I can write you a check. Why are you sad? You said, not yet. Do it. Do it. Do it. But at the same time, a lot of people try to discredit how you feel, why you feel the way you feel. Yeah. And what I've learned, and you can speak a little bit on this too, but if I don't become the master of my faith when it comes to my emotions, if I don't validate my emotions and how I feel, if I don't encourage myself, I can't expect nobody else to do it. So, he says, why? Nehemiah was not weak here in the sense of, he didn't cuss back at the king because the king really told him, you ain't got nothing to cry about. Like, your parents told you that before. Stop crying for you. Cry about it, right? Now, he could have said, what you talking about? What you talking about? Who you think you are, He didn't do that though. He didn't do that. What he said was, why shouldn't I be sad? Look outside. See, a lot of us argue back with people, we go back and forth with people, when the truth is we never reach a solution. Never reach a solution. I mean, to be honest with you, I learned this week that after I cry, I gotta wipe my own tears, I gotta pray and ask God for strength, and I gotta keep on going until he gives it to me. That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. And so let me tell you something. Yeah, life gives you problems. Life gives you reason to cry, stay in the bed all day, be depressed, be discouraged, be anxious. But you gonna do about it. Because the truth is, faith does not work until you start working. That literally means That you can say, God, I believe you, I trust you. But if life brings you so low to where instead of praying about it, you talk to somebody else about it and get nowhere, nothing's going to change. He was real about his emotions. But watch this though. He told the king, look outside. Now let's be real. Who's going to really be able to do something about it? God, number one. But in a real sense, the king is who I need to bring this problem to the attention of. That's why I want to tell you, let's actually get somewhere this week. Some of the problems that we carry and stuff like that, you've been talking about it for a month. You got the same problem. You've been dealing with the same problem for so long. Let's actually get some help. Let's actually figure out a plan. Because without taking the problem to the king, Nehemiah always had something else to do next. Always. I'll go to the king next week. Let me go handle this. Until you meet the rubber meets the road, until you go to where the problem really can be solved. In this sense, it's the king, but in your sense, it's God. Because God is the author. He's the finisher. He is in control. So if you want to get better, and if you want life to get better, you've got to take your problem to God. And as I just told you a second ago, you got to have faith. After I take it to him, I'm going to still keep on going. Not going to let my tears get the best of me. Not going to let my discouragement get the best of me. Not going to let my anger get the best of me. No, I'm going to keep on going. He says, then the king asked me, verse 4, what is your request? Oh my gosh, we're getting somewhere. So Nehemiah says, look outside. Look at the city. He said, well, what you really want then? Verse 4, look at this, guy. He said, then the king asked me, what is your request? The Bible says, so I prayed to the God of heaven. Now, think about this. The king gave him an option. Tell me right now what you want. Nehemiah could have said, write that check. New car, new clothes, new house, all of that. Nehemiah said, no. Before I get greedy, let me go to God and see what God wants. Now, here it is, Malia. Sometimes God will ask us, what did you want? But Nehemiah had to realize that he could not answer this for Nehemiah. He had to answer this for Jerusalem. Not so much about what Nehemiah wants, what does Jerusalem need? So, I want to encourage you that too. Some of y'all are praying for stuff you want, not stuff you really need. Because God can put your wants on top of everything. He can give you as much as you want. You still gonna have needs. So I want to encourage you. God can meet your needs. That means he can give you what you really need. That's what he specializes in. He's a provider. Verse 5 says, and answer the king, if it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor with you, send me to Judah and to the city where my ancestors are buried, so that I may rebuild it. The king, with my queen seated beside him, asked me, how long will your journey take, and when will you return? So I gave him a definite time, and it pleased the king to send me. That's all I want to lift. I want to tell you, as we have walked through this word, as we are leaving this place, I want to encourage you. I've told you it's time to make a change. I've told you what you need to do. But let me tell you that as you leave this place, you need to have a Nehemiah spirit. You need to ask the Lord, Lord, what's my game plan? Because what did the king ask him? How long is it going to take you? What do you need? What did Nehemiah do? He gave him a definite answer. Nehemiah didn't say, let me go to Amazon. Let me see what I need. Let me build a cart. No, he already had the cart in mind. Because he said, I got something to do. I got a mission. I have a purpose. I want to encourage all of us. We have a purpose. You're not here to just be here. You're here to go help somebody, to go build something, to go be great. That's why you're here. So now you need to ask God, you've given me my purpose, but what's my game plan? How do I need to go operate at work tomorrow? How do I need to pray this week? What do I need to be reading this week? Lord, give me the game plan. Now let me just put it to you in the most simplest way I can. You are nothing without God. And every day you wake up, you need to ask God for his assistance and his guidance. Every day you need a game plan for how you're going to love the person that cut you off the road. I heard you be saying, don't throw no middle finger. You need a game plan, for real, for how them bills and them money gonna meet and match. Because sometimes they meet, they don't match. You need a game plan. Because sometimes that teacher gonna get on your nerves, bro. That teacher gonna be, I know it. She already has it. I know it. But let me tell you something. If you depend on God to give you a game plan, He will always order your steps. And success will be your ending if you stick with God's plan and follow God's plan. All right? So once He prays out, let's stand, y'all. We're out of here. Once He prays, you're free to go. Thank everybody for coming. I want to see you here next week. Continue to stay up to date with our schedule. We have short encounters, short Bible studies. We're coming together. Invite somebody next week. All right? I'll see you next week.
Footsteps and hold us accountable for the things that we do, Lord. We just ask that